Sodim presents implant impression devices that are completely new in their concept. The Sodim Improntafacile system is a patented system and is available in both analog and digital versions. In this video, we present the new concept of the analog version, which makes it possible to obtain the position of implants precisely and in just a few minutes, in order to be able to finalize screw-retained multi-implants even under complicated conditions, such as angled implants. The system offers the best conditions for achieving the intermaxillary relation without being invasive in the oral cavity. Components are supplied for fixture-level impression and impression on multi-unit abutment, and Sodim offers a very simple protocol for use, which guarantees speed of execution and absolute precision. Don't be misled by the presence of a cap. With this method, you don't have to pull, you don't need to bind devices together to tear them out of constraining geometries. Until now, it was done in this way because research had not produced an analog solution that would allow the impression to be taken easily, without asking the patient to open too wide, without invading his mouth with copious materials. The patient could never relax during the rinsing or mouth closing steps. With this new method, the patient will thank you, and impressions will never be a problem for you again. But what are these devices like? These devices are called SOL and are made of grade 5 titanium, so they are reusable after autoclaving. They are basically multi-units, specifically designed for impression and intermaxillary relation taking. They are supplied in kits containing a number of components and angles dedicated to implant geometries of the most well-known manufacturers. They have various heights to rise out of the intramucosal space and transform any type of implant geometry into a completely different shape, without edges or constraints of any kind. A new device, a spatial shape. This shape has two main features. It is multi-lobed and sinuous. We are going to place a special cap on it, called capsule, and to secure it in place with a simple tap of the finger. This system could apparently be considered a pull system, but it is not. It is not a pull system, but a system of parts in perfect coupling, and the shapes of the parts themselves are specifically designed never to bring any material under stress. It is a new, unique concept, a Sodim patent, and the steps that distinguish it from any existing device are three. In the first one, the conical shaped head increases the angle of the central axis of the component by 17 degrees, whether it is 0 or an angled one. Therefore, the single axis alignment in favor of the tray exit is guaranteed. In the second, the capsule easily leaves its perfect support, picked up by any material. For the third step, we have removed any external retention from the capsule, so that it is the material itself that self-calibrates if it starts to feel any stress. The impression process becomes very simple and highly accurate. Now, let's go into detail. The capsule does not adhere to the inside of the solid component in a specular way, but thanks to a treatment, it micro-frictions on the lobes of the component itself, to end its course without locking on a circumferential plane, a 0 point. During the coupling process of the cap onto the titanium sole, it is necessary to match the internal lobe with the cavity on top of the sole itself to ensure that the parts are uniquely positioned. In the coupling, the cap sole, thanks to the lobes on the surface of the sole, gains stability, and thanks to the sinuous shape of the metal, it is easily released from its position, gently picked up by the impression material. Another key feature completing the balance system and that allows for optimal implant position taking is the external shape of the capsule. The capsule is made of a special material and a complex external shape. This combination of conical shaped forms and material does not require any adhesive or other retaining agent. These both being sources of a major mistake of the past that often caused an impression material to exceed its elastic limit. It has always been a big mistake to expect that the impression caps should remain embedded in the impression material at any cost. With Sol Improntafacile, after having easily aligned the axis and applied a capsule with a minimum of friction, the material self-calibrates itself. In the event that it should be exposed to stress and the capsule should consequently remain in the oral cavity, it will not be a mistake caused by the operator, but the result of the great balance between parts that have been specifically designed to